Hello everyone, welcome back to today's video. In this episode, we are covering the final chapter of the Grayson Bay case against Judge Perkins. In the previous part, we saw that Grayson Bay was found guilty on most of the charges brought against him. At that time, a jury trial was expected to take place the following day, which had many people curious about what would happen next. However, things did not go as planned. Instead of continuing with the trial, the situation took an unexpected turn that changed how the case would conclude.
Case number SP146437661, SP146409991, SP1463900, counts 1, 2, and 3. State your name for the record.
Grayson
Bay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
State your name for the record.
Grayson Bay.
All right. This is today is the date and time set for a jury trial. Ms. Schneider, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexis Schneider for the people, P80322. For the record, the issuing officer, Officer Ambrose, was present, although I released him.
Mr. Grayson Bay, we didn't conclude some of the. First of all, I want to get the record straight from yesterday. I did mention, and you did cite, where's Mr. Grayson Bay's file? Yes, but I brought it back downstairs. Yes. I wanted to clear up something I said on the record as far as the case that you cited out of Alabama. That I was incorrect as far as the facts of that case.
To those who follow sovereign citizen ideas, this is a clear example of how to acknowledge an error and take responsibility in a constructive way. Instead of arguing endlessly or denying the situation, it shows the value of recognizing when something was misunderstood or handled incorrectly. Accepting a mistake does not weaken your position. Rather, it reflects maturity, awareness, and a willingness to grow. By calmly correcting the issue and moving forward with better understanding, you demonstrate respect for the process and for yourself, setting a more positive and effective path ahead.
That was not the case where they were walking down the street and did not obtain the license to assemble. That was a case where he has another reverend organized a sit-in and at a restaurant, and they were ticketed. And the unfortunate part about it is, and that's just how our society is, and it was, and still is for the most part, is that this case had to go all the way to the United States Supreme Court for him to get justice on this case. But again, you're citing cases, sir, that you're not even reading what the case.
I find it interesting when individuals who follow sovereign citizen ideas refer to case law, as it creates an opportunity to explore and better understand the foundations of the modern legal system. However, in many situations, the cases they mention are either only loosely related to their circumstances or are interpreted in a way that does not align with their actual meaning. In some instances, the cited material even supports a conclusion different from what is being argued. Put simply, referencing legal cases requires careful reading and accurate understanding, because misinterpretation can lead to conclusions that are far from the intended legal principles.
Something a lawyer would be could be brought up to the grievance commission on and potentially lose their license. All the cases in there, all the cases that you have cited are saying exactly the opposite of what you purport. Have you looked at any of them?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you read them? When did you do that last night?
I've been studying more science. My religion is more science. As you can see, if it looks like a duck, it acts like a duck, it tells you it's a duck, it's pretty much a duck. So I'm more science.
That feels like a long stretch of time spent chasing ideas that did not lead to anything practical. One point that stands out is a common saying. When someone's actions consistently follow a certain pattern, it becomes easier to understand what they truly believe. Labels or titles a person chooses for themselves do not change the reality of how systems work. What matters more is whether their views align with established laws and processes. If someone believes they can ignore basic legal requirements or deny the authority of institutions, it often leads to confusion and unnecessary problems rather than real solutions.
Remain mute to the fact and acknowledge that my mother is here, the matriarch of my family. And so I just want to remain mute to this case in this matter. And the floor is yours. This is your courtroom. No disrespect. My mother is here.
No. Ma'am, can you stand up and state your name, please?
My name is Mary Grayson Hall.
Good morning, Ms. Grayson Hall. And it's nothing about, you can see it. I just wanted you to acknowledge, I do acknowledge the fact, and I appreciate the fact that you have support here. The court always recognizes that. That's why I asked you to stand up. But you want to remain mute now, but you didn't remain mute when you filed these pleadings. This is how you speak to the court, exactly the way you did. Now, maybe the form is not exactly the way the court kind of or the rules have applied, but I understand you're in pro per and you might not know all of those rules. But when you start filing these documentations, you're speaking to the court and you're representing that this is the current state of the law as this is the current state of the law, and this stuff applies to your case, and I should be reading this stuff and be able to interpret what you're saying about your case through these cases. And when I read these cases, it says exactly the ones that I've read, and I've seen these cases filed before, it says exactly the opposite of what you're trying to say. Because what I understand you're trying to say is that you're trying to say that you don't need a valid driver's license to drive on the roads, you don't need proper registration on your vehicle, and you don't need proper insurance. And you're even going as far as saying that the police officers, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the police officers do not even have the authority to pull you over. Is that correct?
Again, Your Honor,
Remaining silent at this moment may be the most sensible choice. You clearly understand that you have the right to stay quiet, and that awareness is important. The real question, however, is whether you can consistently exercise that right with discipline and control. Choosing not to speak can often prevent misunderstandings and keep situations from becoming more complicated. It takes patience and self-restraint to hold back words, especially under pressure. But doing so can protect your position and allow you to think more clearly before responding.
With due respect to the court, my matriarch is here, and I gave you pretty much documents to read, and I'm standing on those documents, and I'm gonna remain mute. Thank you.
All right, so I've already found you guilty of the count of refusing to exhibit a driver's license, SP 1464091. I'm going to fine you on that case $240. I've already found you responsible on SP 1463901, expired plate. I'm going to fine you $145 on that. And I've already found you responsible on SP 1463903, insurance no proof, and I say guilty on SP 1464091. And that's a 240, or the insurance no proof, I'm gonna fine you $195 on that. All right? As far as the other counts, I had the note, well, you told me off the record that you're gonna dismiss SP 146436761 and SP 146390002. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So 145, 195, and $240, sir. When can you pay?
I would probably need, after the holidays, maybe 3 months, I might get something up for you.
Are you working?
I do carpentry.
Yeah, you do carpentry. Are you working?
Yes. Yeah, I have jobs lined up.
Okay, so why do we need so much time?
They lined up. They're not completed. They're just future jobs.
It sounds like there may not be a clear plan in place right now, and that can make things feel uncertain. Opportunities for work are often available in many cities, but finding the right one usually requires effort, persistence, and a willingness to explore different options. The key step is having the motivation to begin, even with small actions like searching listings, improving skills, or reaching out to employers. With consistent effort and a focused mindset, it becomes much easier to move forward and build a stable path.
Got this play on words.
Yeah, I mean, traveling and
Is this
driving. Yeah, there be the system. Play on word. I mean, it's the truth, though. I mean, I got to speak the truth to you, right? You respect the truth?
Now, if you,
Okay, I'm not working today. I'm not working.
No. You're not. I'm asking you, why is it taking 3 months to get up? I don't typically give out 3 months to pay fines, especially when somebody's working, and especially in a career that's a skilled trade, that's a very lucrative career. So I'm trying to give you the time you need, but I need to make a good basis for that.
3 months.
Because you're not giving me a good basis for giving you 3 months, and you're telling me you're a carpenter, and you're telling me you're working. Now, if you're telling me you're a carpenter and I'm not working currently, then that's something that I can go with. But you're telling me I'm just not working today.
Right.
I'm going to go to work tomorrow.
Very
I'm
optimistic,
going to work tomorrow, and I'm going to work the next day.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving you 3 months.
Very
for that.
optimistic. That's why I say, well, as this present, not, but yeah, tomorrow. I'm very optimistic about work. So yeah, yeah.
So you're not working.
Today I'm not working. Tomorrow I'm going. I have grass work tomorrow to do. There are schedules to do, and I do have a future as a job to have things to be done. But as you saying, as I'm working, I'm telling you the truth. Not as now, no. If that clears, if that makes you feel comfortable, no, I'm not working.
I'm trying to ascertain.
No, I'm not working.
On,
I'm not working at this present moment. I'm not working.
And when you say you're working, you have some aspirations of
Yes.
working, like everybody does. We're
Yes.
looking for, well, not everybody, because not everybody is trying to work.
Right, exactly.
So
Yes.
you're not working now,
Right.
correct?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let me ask you this, ma'am. Is this the kind of, I don't know, I want to make sure that you don't need any mental health services?
I feel strongly that choosing a path like this can raise serious concerns about a person's judgment and decision-making. When someone consistently follows ideas that lead to confusion or conflict with established systems, it may be worth encouraging reflection and a better understanding of the situation. Rather than responding with harsh labels, it is more constructive to promote awareness, critical thinking, and informed choices. Approaching the matter with clarity and reason can help guide individuals toward more practical and beneficial decisions.
You're giving me these play on words. You're giving me all of this
Speak
stuff.
the truth, Your Honor.
I don't
Speak the truth.
I don't feel you're speaking the truth to me.
I'm not working today at this present moment. I'm not working.
And you're not working. You don't have anything set for tomorrow,
No, I don't.
right?
Nope, I don't. I don't.
You don't.
I'm
Do you
not
have
even
anything
working.
set for next week?
No, I'm just anticipating things. You're right. I don't.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm just gonna get you out of here. I'm gonna give you till March the 5th. You can either Zoom in or come in. I'm gonna give you till March the 5th to have the stuff paid off. All right?
Can I get it?
What stood out most was the final question he asked, because in that moment his entire position seemed to weaken. By raising that point, he appeared to acknowledge that the laws of the United States and the state of Michigan are recognized, and that the court holds legal authority in the matter. In a way, it suggested acceptance of the legal framework and its process. That made the outcome feel like a clear turning point in the discussion. Thank you for staying until the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe with notifications so you do not miss future content.